WWE, what are you doing? That episode of Raw could have been so good if you didn't give away the ending last week. The one versus all thing? Okay, it was cool. Did you have to bring out every heel that you haven't seen for 5 frickin' weeks? For God's sakes, the Ascension was shielding themselves from the light because they haven't seen the light of day for weeks on end. They're sitting there like, oh no! People, lights! By the way, whatever happened to the Cosmic Wasteland? Pretty sure Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns' match in the beginning of the one versus all match lasted longer than that whole faction. Okay, let's go back to the good parts of Raw first. The lead-off, Sheamus, Dean Ambrose match would be double count-out. Match with the Usos and Jericho, the New Day, pretty good. Usos got a big win, gives them a nice little push going into the Rumble. Maybe you give them a tag team championship match. Maybe even give them the titles. I don't think you're taking away the titles from New Day anytime soon. They're so good as heels. Becky Lynch coming out and attacking Charlotte, I loved it. I love seeing a face go out there and attack a heel. It's all backwards, I love it. I also have a crush on Becky Lynch, so I'm kind of biased, but so she can basically do no wrong. And that United States Championship match, I thought, okay, you know what? Kalisto's gonna give a good match, probably some shenanigans on Del Rio's part, and then Del Rio wins, and they go on to a pay-per-view to have a championship match where maybe the championship changes hands. And now, Kalisto gets the roll-up after a really great match. Bam! New United States Championship Kalisto, and I actually was extremely surprised. And what the hell was that with the Social Outcast? They came out, it looked like it was going to be a squash match with them and the Wyatt family, and then Ryback comes out and somehow they get them all out of the ring. Okay. And then finally, the piece de resistance, the main event. Roman Reigns versus the entire heel roster of WWE. AKA Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, then all the heels rush in, and then Brock Lesnar comes out, clears out the entire heel roster of WWE, then F5's Roman Reigns, then walks away from the ring. And then they both slyly smile at each other. Roman Reigns half alive and Brock Lesnar at the end of the ramp just looking at each other like, we gonna put on a show, breh? The problem I have with it was so predictable. All the heels came in and it's like, okay, now there's only one thing left to happen, that we haven't seen Brock Lesnar all night. You said last week he was coming. I know what's gonna happen. It's as if Raw went to a movie and I was waiting in line to see the same movie. And then Raw walked out of the movie and looked at me and said, hey, Han Solo dies. It's like, oh, why would you do that? I didn't see the movie. Why would you tell me the ending of next week's show without freaking showing me next week's show? I've never actually seen a Star Wars movie. I don't know if that's the actual end of The Force Awakens, so if it is, don't kill me. I just heard somebody say that the other day, so maybe it is the end, I don't know. But if you are a big Star Wars fan and you haven't seen the movie yet, that's kind of on you. It just would have been so good if they didn't give away the ending basically last week. But anyways, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought. Leave a like or dislike, and tell everybody you know. Now, if you don't mind, I have to finish my WCW Nitro that I was watching before Raw, because apparently I have nothing better to do with my life.